Imagine the world asleep around you, silence filling the air. In this quiet hour, Allah waits for those who rise, those who call on Him in the deep stillness of the night. This is Tahajjud, an invitation to the purest connection with Allah. The importance of Tahajjud prayer. Tahajjud is not an obligation, but a choice. A choice to connect with Allah when the world is silent, to rise purely out of love, out of faith. It's a voluntary act of worship that deepens our devotion and our trust in Him. In these last hours of the night, when the world is silent and still, Tahajjud creates a special bond with Allah. The calm of the night strips away the noise of the day. It's a time when you are free to worship, to reflect, to be with Allah in a way that is undistracted and personal. Think about this when you get up for Tahajjud. You're not just standing, you're standing with purpose. You're telling Allah that no matter what happens in life, you trust His plan. Maybe you faced betrayal, maybe people have plotted against you. But remember, Allah is the best of planners. When you call upon Him in Tahajjud, He can turn every plot against you into a blessing, every trial into a source of strength. Because, with Allah, nothing is impossible. That even if people plot against you, you know Allah will turn their schemes back on them. You're affirming that Allah is enough, that He will protect, guide, and bless you in ways you can't yet see. Do you feel weighed down by the challenges in your life? In Tahajjud, you're alone with Allah, free to pour out every worry, every pain. You're in His presence, asking Him for guidance, trusting that He will lead you through even the darkest of times. This is where faith grows. This is where you find strength. Have you ever felt that there's no solution to your problem, that you're trapped? In Tahajjud, Allah is listening. He is near. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us that in the last third of the night, Allah Himself asks, "Is there anyone asking of me, so that I may give to him? Is there anyone seeking my forgiveness, so I may forgive him?" Imagine Allah asking you to come to Him, to ask Him. And when you pray Tahajjud, you're not just performing actions, you're pouring your heart out. It's a time for soul-searching, for asking Allah about your struggles, your worries and your fears. In this sacred solitude, you're not just asking Allah for answers. You're opening up, seeking His guidance, His forgiveness, His blessings. Because sometimes, in our darkest hours, it's only Allah's light that can guide us. Tahajjud isn't just a prayer, it's a journey inward, where you come face to face with your own soul. You're not just bowing your head, you're humbling your heart. In these moments, you ask yourself, who am I before Allah? What do I need from Him? What can I give to Him? When you pray Tahajjud, you're seeking Allah's forgiveness, His mercy, His wisdom. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that in the last third of the night, Allah Himself descends to the nearest heaven, asking, "Is there anyone seeking my forgiveness, so I may forgive them? Is there anyone asking of me, so I may grant their wish?" Imagine, Allah is asking you to reach out, to ask, to hope. In Tahajjud, you find clarity, the freedom from the world's distractions. It's a time to let go of the stress, to release the anxieties that weigh you down. You're standing in trust, in faith, in the certainty that Allah has a plan, a way, a solution for everything you face. Tahajjud is also a remedy for stress, for anxiety, for the weight of worries we carry alone. When you rise in the night, pouring out your fears, asking Allah to lift your burdens, it's as if the weight melts away. You are no longer alone in your struggles. You're giving them to Allah, trusting in His wisdom and care. Consistency is key. Even terracotta night, if done regularly, builds a discipline that strengthens your faith. Each night, with Tahajjud, you're building a bridge. A bridge between you and Allah that will help you cross every storm, every hardship. Tahajjud brings a spiritual independence. In a world that constantly demands from you, Tahajjud allows you to let go, to detach from the material distractions and focus solely on worship, focus solely on Allah. And what do you gain from this solitude? A clarity, a perspective. Tahajjud shifts your focus away from life's problems to Allah's wisdom and mercy. And with that shift comes peace, a peace that can carry you through your hardest days. When you turn to Allah in Tahajjud, you're not just seeking answers. You're finding peace, peace that only He can give. A peace that fills your heart, reminding you that no matter what the world throws your way, Allah is with you, guiding you, strengthening you. Steps to perform Tahajjud prayer. The first step, make your intention before you sleep. Say a small prayer to Allah, asking Him to help you rise in the latter part of the night. This simple intention turns your heart toward Tahajjud even before you rest. Then, when you wake up, remember that this is a special time Allah has granted you. Get up, with peace in your heart, ready to connect. Next, perform wudu. Let this ablution prepare you both physically and spiritually, washing away the fatigue and renewing your energy, ready to stand before Allah. Now, find a quiet place, a spot where you can focus solely on your prayer. In this stillness, with no distractions, you're free to pour your heart out to Allah. This is your time, your space. Start with terracotta, just 2 simple units of prayer to begin. You can continue with more if you feel moved to do so. But even these terracotta hold immense value. And finally, make dua. In this quiet moment, speak to Allah. Share your worries, your hopes, your struggles. Ask Him for His guidance, His forgiveness, and His mercy. This is the heart of Tahajjud, the moment where you're closest to Allah, free to express everything in your heart. Recommended dua during Tahajjud prayer. The most powerful dua, the one that truly reaches Allah, is the one that comes directly from your heart. No formal words, no rehearsed lines, just your true thoughts, your real struggles, your honest hopes. Tell Allah what you're facing. Open your heart and speak to Him as if He's right there, as if He's the only one who can help, because He is. In these precious hours, seek His forgiveness. Say Astaghfirullah, and let your heart release its burdens. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that asking for Allah's forgiveness, His mercy, His protection, during Tahajjud is beloved to Him. You're asking from the one who is endlessly merciful, the one who forgives all mistakes, the one who never turns away from those who come to Him with sincerity. Ask Him for everything, even what seems impossible. Speak to Him about the dreams that feel out of reach. This is your moment to seek from the one who controls all things. There is no problem too complex, no dream too big for Allah. The best dua is the one that flows from your heart. During Tahajjud, let your soul be free. Let your words come naturally. Know that Allah is listening, that He is closer than you can imagine, and that He will respond in ways beyond what you ever expected. The power of consistency in Tahajjud prayer. Imagine the peace that comes from knowing Allah is close, that He's listening to every word, every thought, every desire you share with Him in the stillness of the night. This connection, this bond, it's built through consistency. Through rising each night, even for a brief moment, and turning your heart to Him. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that consistency is the key to Allah's favor. He said that the best deeds are those that are done regularly, even if they are small. So, even if it's just to record every night, imagine the strength that builds. The closeness to Allah that grows with every prayer. Think about it each night. With every act of Tahajjud, you're weaving a connection with Allah that becomes stronger, unbreakable. Life may throw challenges, people may scheme against you, but when you make Tahajjud a habit, you're telling Allah that you trust Him above all. And He protects, strengthens, and blesses those who come to Him consistently. When you're consistent, even with a small act of worship, it changes you. It builds discipline, brings peace, and keeps your heart connected to Allah. Tahajjud isn't just a prayer. It's a path that, each night, brings you closer to the One who holds every answer, who sees every struggle. Imagine the blessings that come with this simple act. Every night that you rise, you're strengthening your faith, deepening your trust, and inviting Allah's guidance into your life. Consistency in Tahajjud isn't just about one night. It's about a lifetime of spiritual resilience, a heart that stands firm no matter what storms come. Just to record, and do it again tomorrow, and the next night. Let this small act of devotion build. Let it carry you, and let it transform your connection with Allah. Because, in the end, every consistent step brings you closer to His blessings, His peace, and His guidance. So, the next time you're troubled, or feeling distant from Allah, remember Tahajjud. Rise, in the silence of the night, when the world is asleep and all that remains is your heart and Allah. For in that time, you are closer to Him than ever before. He is listening, and He is there waiting to answer, to guide, and to bless you in ways you may never imagine. Tonight, rise, answer the call of Tahajjud. Pour your heart out to Allah. Ask Him for His help, His mercy, His guidance. Stand before Him and let Him lift the burdens you carry. For in these quiet hours, He is near. And in this time of stillness, you will find the strength, the peace, and the blessings you seek.